Coach, game one of the WHL championship tonight. Just in general terms, I mean, can you sense your thoughts on your team's performance in the postseason so far and getting to this stage in the playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's an exciting time for our organization. After the last 2 years, obviously not having playoffs in our league. Our guys are excited. This is something that they work for. This is junior hockey at its best. You get two of the top teams left going at it with each other. And not only that, what makes it more interesting is that we really haven't seen these guys in 2 years, and they haven't seen us. So it makes for an exciting series.
Does that make for a case of perhaps putting more focus on your own game instead of worrying about what they may or may not do?
Yeah, I think obviously we will review and have reviewed their tendencies of what they do for sure. But again, I think like any other series we've been in, it's all about what we need to do as a team. That's always been our focus. But also we also know a little bit about their tendencies, what we're going to see and expect. But a lot of things are just about us.
You talked about not having had the opportunity to be at this point for the last couple of years, certainly an energetic group you have. How do you harness that energy and use it to your advantage coming out of it?
Yeah, no, I think we've really learned through all the series. I think the first one against Lethbridge, there was really extremely a lot of excitement going into that first game where it was almost made us more tired than excited and, with energy. It almost took the energy out of us. But I think as we've gone through like the Red Deer series and Winnipeg series, we were a little bit more the emotional part of the game. The round of the first game was more controlled and more business-like for us. Now, obviously, in the finals, there's going to be some excitement for game one. But, this is stuff that I think the last 3 rounds have really helped us in. And, that's something we've learned from.
I know you have a really mature group, but as a coach, how do you still convince these guys? You always got to kind of tell them, yeah, you're not as good as you're undefeated. You got all these things going for you. How do you keep their heads level? Or is that something you even do? Or do you say, hey, keep playing to what you're not good?
Well, no, I think the guys understand what they need to do to have success as a group, and I think through the course of the year, our focus has always been game to game. We never look back what we did. We don't look at game 2 or 3 down the road. It's always about what's in front of us. Our focus has been getting prepared for that game, what we need to do as a group. And our guys, like I said, the maturity of our group and our leadership group has done a really good job of keeping guys on that page.
You're going to take any credit for giving them that sense of being mature?
I think it grows with it for sure. There's guys that have been here through us for the last 4 years that we've worked with. They've done a great job. Guys that have been here before, these guys that are here right now, but there's been a foundation built for the last 4 years, when our staff came in. And, those guys have kept that tradition and building that foundation throughout every year. And here we are. Guys are excited. It's a fun time of year, and they understand what we need to do.
And they understand that this home ice is, you have it for a reason, you can use it for a reason. There's that sense of they're not going to let something untoward happen on this.
Well, you'd like to think that, right? But again, that other team across the hall is pretty good. They've done a very good job winning on the road. They won 2 Game 7s on the road. They beat some really good teams to get here. So we're not going to rely on that. We understand the competition is going to be extremely tough for us, and we're going to prepare that way.
Certainly a lot of the talk going into the playoffs for every team was about maybe a lack of playoff experience given what everybody's gone through. But you've got 2 guys in your dressing room who've been in the WHL championship before, played against each other. Justin Sordiff and Caden Gooley. Tell me a little bit about the qualities that those 2 individuals have, what they bring to this series, and perhaps leading on those past experiences.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of guys we can draw back from. I mean, obviously the World Junior guys for sure. The U18 guys have been there and played in some tournaments last year and even at Christmas time this past year. All those experiences will come into play and have come into play through our course of our playoffs. Obviously, Gooley being to this and Swords being to this level and this type of atmosphere before, they definitely bring some confidence to our group. They're 2 guys that are leaned on very hard in our organization with our guys. They bring a lot of maturity to our group, which is needed.
You got players from everywhere, but there's that strong Edmonton contingent around this team and around that team too.
Yep.
Does it kind of make you surprised that there's so many local people are surrounding this series, and here we are in the middle of a hockey hot with the Oilers doing what they're doing, and this is just
Well, I think that's a credit to our minor hockey system here in Edmonton. I think there's obviously people have done a really good job of developing our kids at a young age, and obviously the scouts that are on both organizations are heavily involved in the area, and both teams have been able to draft kids from the area, which rightly so, where they're rated and stuff like that. And again, kids from this area perform well for both clubs, and you know, it's exciting to see. It's exciting for them, their families out in the area that can watch them on a day-to-day basis. Like, unfortunately, some parents can't because of the distance, but you know, they're able to play in front of their friends and family.